The Orioles offense, which has been dormant most of the season, erupted over the past 2 evenings, scoring 15 runs Friday night and adding 11 more last night in back-to-back wins over the Rays. Today, right-hander Yonny Chirinos goes to the hill as Tampa Bay looks for the series split. We welcome you to an absolutely gorgeous day in Baltimore. Temperature in the low 80s, the relative humidity about 44%. For the wrap-up game of this series, a beautiful day for a walk from the Inner Harbor right down to Utah Street and into Oriole Park. Hi again, everyone, and welcome to an afternoon of Rays baseball with Brian Anderson, Dwayne Stats. Great to have you aboard. Well, this Baltimore ball club coming into the series last in the American League in hitting, next to last in runs scored, but BA, based on the last 2 games, you wouldn't find many believers.
Not at all. And what the Orioles have been able to do to the Rays pitching staff all season long, it's really eye-popping, and the Rays got to figure out a way to slow this offense down. 26 runs, Dwayne, over the last 2 ball games, but let's look at the 12 games against the Rays this season. 6.6 runs a game, and it has been led by the home run. That average very good, but 22 homers in the 12 games. They've homered in 10 of the 12 games, and they've had multiple home runs in 7 of the 12. So right now, every mistake that the Rays are making, Oriole hitters are putting good swings on them. A lot of long balls. Got to find a way to keep it in the park, and sometimes that can be difficult here at Oriole Park at Camden Yards. But Yonny Chirinos will be the first man up to try to do that here this afternoon. And I'll tell you what, after a stint on the disabled list and some time in Durham, the Rays got him back, and he did not disappoint. Pitching into the 7th inning, 6 hits given up, gave up single runs in the 1st inning, the 5th inning, and the 7th inning, so 3 total, just 1 walk, 6 strikeouts, and did all of that on just 87 pitches. Very efficient, and look for a similar outing for him this afternoon here in Baltimore.
Well, 2 young right-handers. Chirinos just 24, making the start for the Rays. 25-year-old right-hander Dylan Bundy comes in with a mark of 6-9, an earned run average of a little better than 4.5. He'll be on the hill for the Baltimore Orioles. Rays and the Orioles wrapping up this 4-game series before the Rays head home. A 3-team homestand in store following a day off tomorrow. But today, Rays and the Orioles coming up. Rays and the Orioles square off for the wrap-up game of this series. Season series even at 6 games apiece. This will wrap up the Rays part of the season series in Baltimore. The Orioles have 2 series left at Tropicana Field. Let's take a look at the starting lineup presented by your Southern Ford dealers. And for the Rays, Joey Wendell in the leadoff spot today, followed by Matt Duffy. Jake Bauers will hit third. C.J. Cron, the designated hitter. Michael Perez, the catcher, up in the 5th spot in front of Daniel Robertson. Alex Smith is in center field. Carlos Gomez in right. Willie Adames will hit 9th and play shortstop.
Well, taking the mound this afternoon is going to be right-hander Dylan Bundy, making his 20th start of the season. Record of 6-9, ERA of 4.57. You know, Dwayne, he went on the disabled list with an ankle sprain, hurt it running the bases, came off the disabled list, and the 3 starts since then, he is 0-2 with a 10.95. The Orioles have lost all 3 starts. Right now, having trouble with his command and finishing pitches out in front, so keep an eye on that early. And the Rays, you know, they've seen the bad Dylan Bundy, they've seen Dylan Bundy also very good. How about this? April the 26th. Did not get out of the 5th inning, and they tuned him up. 11 hits, 7 earned runs. Boy, here at Oriole Park, and they put a beat down on Dylan Bundy, but guess what? Looks like Mother's Day. Mother's Day, Dylan Bundy was outstanding. 7 shutout innings. In fact, this was the game that the Orioles beat the Rays 17-1. Did have 4 walks, but pitched around all of that. No earnings.
So for Bundy, against the Rays, it has been the worst of times and the best of times in his 2 starts this year. Joey Wendell leads off and goes after that first pitch. Hammers it deep, but well foul. Home run distance, but well out in front. That's a long strike to begin this game.
Everybody awake?
Boy, what a gorgeous day.
Oh,
And now he's hit by a pitch, and Wendell is aboard.
a little overreaction there, but that, you know what, that goes right back to the command issues that he has had since coming off the disabled list. Trying to come in again, trying to make sure that he gets it in there because of the previous swing, and then way too far. Hit by pitch.
So the Rays get a base runner. And in steps Matt Duffy. Duffy returned to the lineup last night, went 1 for 4. And a lopsided Baltimore victory. They've had a couple of those in the last 2 games. Foul ball out of play. Over to first, Wendell back in. Wendell 7 of 10 in the running game this year.
And Bundy is susceptible, that is for sure.
Yeah, 14 steals, only 1 caught stealing with him on the mound.
You think about the weak spots in Dylan Bundy's game. Controlling the running game, number 1, 14 out of 15, like you said. The long ball, 23 home runs given up in 108 1/3 innings. It's a bad combination.
This one lifted into right field. Rickard is there to make the catch. 1 away.
Well, let's take a look at the Baltimore defense, see how it's going to line up here this afternoon. Brought to you by Golden Diamond Source. In the outfield left to right, we've got Trey Mancini, Adam Jones, and Joey Rickard. Across that infield, third to first, Jace Peterson, Tim Beckham, Jonathan Scope, and Chris Davis. Austin Wins will get the call behind the plate.
Jake Bauers moved to first, and Wendell found himself trying to get back to the bag. Trying to claw his way back to first there after a misstep.
Oh, he went down.
Just lost his footing and almost cost him.
Fly ball left field side. Mancini, long run into foul territory to grab this one. Wendell still at first. Two gone for C.J. Cron, the designated hitter. Runner takes off. Pitch is a ball, and the throw is going to be in time with Scope putting the tag on Wendell.
You know they're going to take a look. Close play. Kevin Cash waiting for the word.
Well, there it is, going into second.
Well, it looked like that foot may have gotten in. The tag came down behind it. That's what you're going to have to, let's see. Watch that foot. That foot is on the bag before that tag comes in from the backside.
The Rays decide to forget about it.
You wonder, because the Rays got burnt yesterday with an early challenge.
Yep.
A little hesitant.
Bottom of the first, coming, no score. Look at that attempted steal. Wendell caught stealing, and I think they got it right.
They did, right there. That's, you know, you knew the tag came down the backside. Right there, there's contact. The foot clearly not to the bag yet. So from the front, you couldn't tell. From the side, it didn't look like the glove got down there in time. You see it from that back angle, and clearly he was out, so a good non-challenge.
On to the bottom of the first inning. Line up there, presented by your Southern Ford dealers. Beckham leading it off. Scope and Jones will follow. And Chirinos on the first pitch. This is inside. They have Trumbo, Davis, and Mancini down the middle. Rickard, Peterson, and Wins, the 7, 8, and 9 hitters. Chirinos making his 7th start. 8th overall appearance, 2nd appearance since coming back from the minor leagues, and the stint on the DL preceding that. Behind Beckham 2-0. Two and one. The Orioles getting a lot of production from the bottom of their order last night in that 11-2 win. 9 of the 11 runs batted in came from the 7, 8, and 9 spots. And a ground ball fair up the left field line. Beckham around first. He'll head to second. And just like that, the Orioles, first thing you know, have a scoring opportunity. 10th double of the year for Beckham.
Now, unfortunately, picking up right where they left off the last couple of nights. And Chirinos, that ball running back in, middle in, as they wanted it middle away. And so many times, mislocation leads to powerful swings by the opposition. Beckham keeps it fair. Immediate trouble.
There's Jonathan Scope. He has been red hot. Just missed another home run his last time up last night. And a chop toward the middle. Robertson with a long throw from the shortstop side of second. So Beckham goes to third, and Scope is out 4-3 with the shift employed against him.
Let's take a quick look at the Rays defense and see how it's going to line up. Brought to you by our good friends at Gold and Diamond Source in the outfield left to right. We've got Wendell Smith and Gomez, and across that infield third to first, which by the way has just been brought in with a shift. Duffy, Adames, Robertson, and Bowers, with Michael Perez behind the plate. Got everybody pulled over on the left side, and at just about the cut of the grass, trying to cut down this potential opportunity, and a good guy to do it with, because Chirinos gets a ton of ground balls with that sinker.
Adam Jones turns away from the first pitch for a ball.
At least that's what the hope is. You know, Yanni Chirinos, power sinker, slider split.
Big wave and a miss. It's 1-1. Jones had a big night in the game here Friday. Drove in 4 runs, 3 hits, including a home run. That ended a long home run drought for him. 11 on the year. And a big cut right there. He's trying to lift one. The fastball at 94.
And by doing that, Dwayne, his swing got long, very long. It was not at all short to the baseball. Watch how long this swing gets. And that ball jumps right by him.
Baltimore runner at third, 1 out in the bottom of the first. Into the dirt, blocked by Perez.
What a tremendous block, because that ball did not have a chance, nowhere near the zone. And with that runner on third, Perez is out on an island and has to try to keep that. Does a great job of smothering and keeping that ball close.
It's a 2-2 count. Down again and blocked by Perez. And we've seen him in the couple games we've seen him be active back there and do a good job of smothering those pitches and blocking short hops in the dirt.
Does a great job of angling his upper body over the baseball as he positions himself for the block, gets over top of it. Good athlete behind the plate.
Full count on Jones, who loves to swing the bat. He takes it here and he walks.
And think about how much of a anomaly that is. I mean, Adam Jones does not walk, and anything close, he's going to take a swing. He worked at that bat right there like a veteran with tremendous strike zone discipline.
And you know, he is a veteran, but he has not had that kind of discipline. So the Rays thinking they might get a chase there even on 3-2.
Yeah.
But Jones draws the walk. That's only the 14th walk he's drawn all year. That's in over 400 at bats.
And that's with a runner at third.
Yep.
You know, he's an RBI guy.
Yep.
Wants to drive him in and swing it.
Mark Trumbo. Pitch inside. The Orioles getting their first look at Yadi Chirinos. Falls behind Trumbo. 2-0. Chirinos coming in 0-2 with a 378 earned run mark. Ground ball third. Duffy Robertson won, and it takes a while to try to unload that one, and Jones upends Robertson at second base. Robertson took quite a spill, but is up and walking around now. The Rays will come out to take a look at him.
That's something that you don't see a whole lot of anymore with the new slide rule. And Daniel Robertson, he knew that time was of the essence, so he's trying to close that ground to get the throw from Duffy and get the footwork set to try to get Trumbo end this inning. And he just gets clipped. Yeah, not a dirty slide, just a very aggressive break up a double play type slide. Like I said, you don't see that a whole lot anymore.
So Trumbo will get credit for a run batted in. Jones forced at second base for the second out. And Charlie Montoyo out to have a little conference with Kevin Cash, and I'm sure they reviewed that slide.
Oh yeah,
in the video room.
And immediately Kevin Cash waved it off. You see Jones coming in. Nothing, like I said, nothing dirty about it. Good hard slide right into the bag.
So a run home for Baltimore. Runner at first with 2 outs. Chris Davis at the plate. Pitch is down. Chirinos in his last outing against New York gave up a run in the first on a couple hits. Run on a double and a move to third. The fielder's choice ground ball here at Baltimore. That's out of play. 1-1. Miss down. Chirinos is right. That pitch count's going to be pretty economical. This will be the 18th pitch of this inning. High shot, towering back into center. Alex Smith to the wall. He's going to leap, and that ball is gone. I think he got his glove on it, but could not bring it back. He had a chance to catch it, and that's a home run for Chris Davis. Number 12 for Davis on the year, and the Orioles are quickly out to a 3-0 lead.
Now, Dwayne, he positioned himself perfectly. Yeah, this was a towering drive. Didn't know if it was going to be able to get deep enough to get out. It's close. There's the time of the, oh boy.
Had it in the glove.
In the glove. It hit the palm of his hand and just squirted out of the top of that glove. Missed the basket. Watch this thing. Right off. Rattles around. That close.
Well, it's a 2-run home run. And a 3-0 ball game. Well, you could see Smith's reaction after that ball popped out of the glove. Now base hit to right. And Mancini is aboard. Boy, these guys, you give them a chance. They don't really need an extra chance the way they've been swinging the bats.
All right, Dwayne did everything right. Everything right. Got to the wall in time, timed the leap perfectly, got the ball in the glove, but you've got to finish. Didn't do it. You can see the
now the angst there in the expression of Malik Smith.
You know, how often do you get an opportunity to make a play like that? We've talked about this whole series because of that 7-foot wall. There is always that opportunity of bringing one back, and Malik Smith put himself in perfect position. Timed it right.
Snyder, sort of a prolonged visit there with Chirinos.
Well, let's look at a scouting report here, Dwayne, on Joey Rickard coming to the plate. Rule 5 guy. Now, you know all about these Rule 5 guys and how they got him from the Rays. That was in December of 2015. And guess what? He has been tormenting his old team this season alone, hitting .421, half of his home runs, 3 of the 6, 13 of his 18 total runs driven in have come against the Rays.
And here he is again with a runner at first and 2 outs. The pitch down and away. He's played 27 career games against the Rays, has 22 runs batted in those 27 games. And how about that this year? 13 of his 18 runs batted in against Tampa Bay pitching.
Yeah, and those numbers career, the 22 driven in, 5 career home runs. That's his most against any other team. Part of this organization for a time. Baltimore snatched him.
Well, the last couple of years especially, the Orioles have been looking for talent in other organizations. They've used that Rule 5 draft a number of times. And this one has come back to hurt the Rays, especially. Now ball 3, 3-0.
You think about this organization as a whole. You know, the farm system has not been very strong. They haven't done much on the trade front, so that's what they do. They look to poach from the other organizations to try to build their own.
And there's ball 4, and the inning continues. A 4-pitch walk to Rickard. That's 25 pitches here. And I think part of that conversation that Snyder had with Chirinos was to make sure he was okay out there.
And okay mentally and physically.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't get stretched out too long like this. You know, you mentioned his efficiency. That last start, he pitched 6 2/3. It was just 87 pitches.
Yeah.
So he's used to quick innings. And so physically, you want to make sure he's okay. And also mentally, you know, you see that inning, what should have been an inning, come to an end, and did everything but squeeze that glove. And you hope that mentally he doesn't start to unravel from that point on. The walk doesn't help.
Well, Jace Peterson, 2 men on, 2 men out, 3 runs home. The first pitch strike. Down and in. 1-1. It's Chirinos 6 2/3 in that start against the Yankees. Rays looking for some length out of him today.
They have had to dig into their bullpen to the point that Carlos Gomez and Jesus Sucre had to pitch in the same ball game to try to preserve pitchers for yesterday's game. And so it's been a challenge for Kevin Cash to manage for today and think about tomorrow.
Fly ball toward left center field, and that's going to be caught by Wendell to retire Baltimore. But the Orioles come up with 3 runs, 2 coming on this home run off the bat of Chris Davis. That Malik Smith had it but could not hold it, and it's 3-0 Baltimore. Dylan Bundy all set here as he makes the first pitch, a strike to C.J. Cron. Well, the Rays DH. It's 1-1. Well, not a lot went right in that first inning for the Rays. Wendell caught stealing to end the inning after the leadoff walk, and then the Orioles went right to work.
Now that's the big pitch right there for Dylan Bundy. He has got to be good with his fastball command, and if he is, it sets up the slider, especially to the right-handed hitter.
Now 2-2. High fly ball back into center. Jones will go to the track, to the wall, and this one is out of here. Home run to center field by C.J. Cron, his 21st. And the Rays get on the board with their first hit. Leadoff home run in the second.
Well, we said it in the top half, beginning of this ball game, that Dylan Bundy susceptible to the long ball. This is home run number 24 given up. It's a fastball that is center cut. Again, it goes back to the command. Mislocation, and you pay for it.
Michael Perez. He lifts it to the left side. It's Mancini who's under it making the catch. So he's out on the first pitch. Well, we've seen how comfortable this park is through the years for hitters. You get the ball in the air with any distance at all, and you've got a chance.
Well, especially on a day like today, bright, sunny, warm day. Keep it down. Keep it down or keep it way up.
Daniel Robertson with a strike call. Robertson upended in the first inning by Adam Jones out there at second base. On play and a nice catch by a fan in the first row. Down the first base side. Second deck, first row. Upstairs.
I was getting nervous. The people in the second deck, the front row going after balls.
Yep.
You get too.
That railing's never high enough, is it?
It's never high enough.
Yeah.
At least it doesn't feel like it is.
Ooh, there's a breaking pitch in for strike 3 call. And Robertson, the second out of the inning.
You know, you get so focused on making a play, and you're bobbling it around, and you're going for that baseball.
Yep.
Your entire focus is on that baseball, and then you think about.
Yeah, just watching that makes you a little queasy.
You're right, absolutely right.
So Malik Smith with the bases empty and 2 gone. There's a strike. One count. Bundy coming off a no decision against Toronto when he gave up 5 runs in 5 innings, including 3 home runs. And a liner right to Beckham at short. The Rays are out, but they pick up a run in the second inning to get on the board. Home run by C.J. Cron, number 21 on the year for the Rays DH. On to the bottom of inning 2, 3-1 Baltimore. Rays and Yadi Chirinos. Rays 6-6 against Baltimore. But look at the difference what the Orioles have done against the Rays and everybody else.
I don't know where to stop check marking. It's ridiculous. Yes.
The contrast.
Yes, it is. I mean, all the way down, slugging, home runs. I mean, they have had their way with the Rays pitching staff. And not many teams can say that.
Yep. First pitch to Wins. The catcher is a strike.
You know, they play the Yankees very tough, too.
Well, the Rays, you look at the stretch they've been in. You know, take a series from the Yankees, a little slow roller, and Adames cannot come up with it. And the catcher Wins is aboard. With the catcher going down the line, you make that play, you got time.
Well, he's trying to make that play, charging. Glove hand. Let's see if it takes a true little bounce here. Oh, you see it caught the lip It caught the lip of the grass where it meets. Watch, it stayed right down and almost got underneath the glove. I think Willie was expecting a little hop there. Ball stayed down and rolled and couldn't come up with it.
He's charged with his 8th error of the year. Now Tim Beckham. Ball, no strikes. Beckham opened the first with a double and scored on the fielder's choice ground ball by Trumbo. And a base hit through the hole this time. He is 2 for 2. And the ball popping away. Now an advance to third by Wins. Throw back to second to keep Beckham at first. And just like that, first and third with nobody out.
You know, this is where if baseball had timeouts, Kevin Cash would be out there calling a timeout and try to get his team to regroup. It has been a sloppy start and continues with that right there. The air, a base hit into left field, a little bit of a bobble, and the Orioles are in business. Tim Beckham had a chance to get to second base, but you could see not really busting it down to first.
So 2 errors here in this inning. A base hit and an error there. First and third. Nobody out for Jonathan Schoop. Which is a strike. Charged with his first error in the outfield. This is the 16th game he's been out there. Made 13 starts now in left and charged with the error. Schoop chases that pitch. 0-2.
Boy, need another one of those. This is where if you're Yanni Chirinos and put yourself in position to pick up a strikeout, you've got to try to go for it. Especially with the Rays, you know, they're infield playing back. They're playing a double play depth. And they would give up that run to get the double play. Get that next hitter. Strikeout here.
Schoop can be susceptible to the strikeout. He's been hot lately. Way up.
You know, watching Michael Perez set up there, you could see him had the glove right at the top of the strike zone. And as much as Yanni Chirinos works down in the zone with that power sinker, this can be an uncomfortable pitch for him to make, and it looked like it.
It seemed unnatural coming out of his hand.
But he's so used to working down in the zone with everything.
There's a swing and a miss. Snapped out to first, and back in is Beckham. So they get the strikeout of Schoop, and that's exactly what they needed in that situation with men at first and third.
Well, the one thing that fastball really up and away did was change the eye level of Jonathan Schoop. Then they go right back down below the zone, and they get the bad chase right there. Got exactly what he needed, and now he'll take that ground ball double play.
Adam Jones walked in the first. Had a double and a run batted in last night. Up the middle and off the glove of Robertson into center. Wynn scores. Beckham goes to third. Base hit and a run batted in to make it 4-1. Sharply hit by Jones and sharp enough to prevent Robertson from gloving it. He reached for that one, but it kicked off his glove and threw into center.
Yeah, that's a rocket shot right up the middle that Robertson's going to try and backhand. And that ball deflects. And by the way, the deflection makes it a whole lot easier for Beckham to get over to third. You see, that ball gets right to Malik Smith. Maybe he can hold Beckham at second. This ball, a hanging slider. Takes a hop right off the glove. It ends up in no man's land.
Three-run game again. 4-1 now, and here is Trumbo, first and third. Ball, no strikes. Trumbo's ground ball got a run home in the first. And then scored on the Davis home run to center. Roller foul, 1-1. Baltimore with a couple 4-run innings last night after they scored 3 in the second. Put up 4 in the fourth and 4 in the sixth. They've dominated the last couple nights. At it again here. Chirino's trying to put a stop to it in the second. Already down 4-1.
You know, and another long inning as far as going right to the stretch and having to make high leverage pitches. He's getting his work in here this afternoon.
Two. Fastball by him.
It's a tough breakout to make work. More balls than strikes.
And a cut and a miss. He picks up a much needed strikeout with the fastball, his second strikeout.
No, he got straight two with a very similar pitch. He saw the swing at Trumbo, tied him up a little bit, said, hey, let's do it again. Same result. Well done.
It's Chris Davis who hit the home run in the first. Strike. Reno's 24 years old. He will not be 25 until the day after Christmas this year. Venezuela. It's now 1-1. Tough year here in Baltimore, but they continue to play the Rays very tough. Headed out of play the other way. And it's 1-2. Rays will play the Orioles in 2 more series this year, both down at the Trop. They'll be in on the backside of this coming homestand. Rays home for the Angels, White Sox, and the Orioles. Then they'll see him again at Tropicana Field in September. The pitch is down, and a move up to second base by Jones. He gets credit for a steal. The count to Davis goes to 2-2. Second stolen base.
Boy, uncontested too, just kind of waltzed into second base.
cut and a miss. Davis is out on strikes to retire the side. Damage limited to the one unearned run. 4-1 Baltimore.
In Baltimore. Well, Blake Snell still on the disabled list, but some good news coming from that direction. He threw a bullpen today, 25 pitches, said he felt good. I asked him when he came out, he gave me a thumbs up, and then pitching coach Kyle Snyder said that he threw 25 pitches, he looked good, and he felt good. So there is no decision yet on what's next, but some good news in that direction, guys.
Yeah, good news there on Blake Snell to get him back active after the bullpen session today. So far so good. Gomez takes a pitch high. 2-0 the count on Gomez with Adames next, and then Wendell. He's facing Dylan Bundy. Two. Lancing foul ball. Three and two the count. We'll see another pitch on 3-2. From the 25-year-old right-hander out of Oklahoma. Came out of the 2011 draft. Just behind the likes of Garrett Cole and Trevor Bauer. And he strikes out Gomez.
It really has been the injury bug that has, I don't want to say undone Dylan Bundy's career, but certainly derailed it for a time.
You know, he went almost 1,300 days between major league appearances. He came up very, very early. Back in 2012, got into a couple games, and then had Tommy John surgery in 2013, and it wasn't until I think 16 when he came back and won 10 games that year for Baltimore.
And he's a bulldog. He's going to battle you. Just doesn't have the pure stuff to overpower you. He needs to be good with the command. We already talked about that. The slider works well when he's able to do that.
Thomas behind in the count. Missed a fastball there, and it's a ball, 2 strikes.
You know, and the key for him too is being able to finish his pitches. And when he finishes his pitches, his 92 will play up. Boy,
And he cuts that breaking ball on the corner for strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts, and he gets Adames looking, and that is a tough pitch.
Well, that was just a book technique right there. The way you go after him, get that fastball and then slider right off of it and just lock him up. Great location.
Now back around to the top of the order. Here's Joey Wendell. Pitch is down. Ball down to first. Davis unassisted. Couple strikeouts and a ground out. 3 up, 3 down. 4-1 Baltimore. Rays baseball on Fox Sports Sun, brought to you by W.B. Mason. Move up, W.B. Mason, the official office supply company of the Tampa Bay Rays. By Publix, where shopping is a pleasure. And by Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. There's a strike call to Trey Mancini. Mancini with a base hit his first time up, coming off 4 hits last night. 1-1. So Mancini with a single and a walk the last time up here Friday, and then reaching 4 times last night. And the base hit first time up today. He's been on base in his last 7 consecutive plate appearances. Pull to Giancarlo Stanton.
I was going to say, who does he think he is?
He pops him up. Ball playable for Bowers, and he's retired this time. Mancini. So 1 away. Help the Rays Baseball Foundation support youth and educational programs in Tampa Bay by purchasing a Rays Pledge Pack. Each pack includes a voucher for 4 tickets, the 20th anniversary book, a mystery autographed baseball, and other items. Get this $250 value for only $150 and help support charitable missions around Tampa Bay. Visit raysbaseball.com/pledge packs. Corey Rickard takes the ball 1-0. Tried to check his swing and a foul ball, 1-1. Now 1-2. Rickard originally started his pro career at Hudson Valley in the Rays system and made it up to AAA before the Orioles took him in the Rule 5 draft, and he's on base again. Pitch hanging up there, and he strokes it into left. A walk and a single in this game.
Well, and again, out in left field, it got a little dicey, and the throw in to Daniel Robertson almost went over his head. So this is an off-speed pitch, and another breaking ball that just hung up out over the plate. You can see Chirinos frustrated, and this ball gets out to Wendell, kind of bounces free, and then he wants to rush that throw in.
That would not have been good news. There's Jace Peterson. Ball, no strikes. Back in. Rickard with 1 steal this year in 1 attempt. He did have 8 steals in 9 attempts last year for Baltimore. Ground ball to first, out there. Tag play on at second, and he puts on the brakes and is tagged out by the Rays shortstop Adames. 3-6 on the double play. On to the 4th we go, 4-1. Inside look, Hall of Fame day. A lot going on in Cooperstown with that class. I'll tell you, that's a pretty good roster right there, starting with Vladimir Guerrero, Trevor Hoffman, and Chipper Jones, Jim Thome, Jack Morris, and Alan Trammell. Bob Costas with the Ford Frick Award. He technically accepted all that yesterday with an extended acceptance speech.
It was pretty impressive.
Yeah, that class, that's what a roster to start with. Huh?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad at all. We talked about them on I think it was last week during a pregame show, and you start to feel old if you're me, because that's like the first my group of guys that I played with that are getting inducted now, and so you know how long it's been.
Duffy up here leading off the fourth, a 1-1 count on Dylan Bundy. We saw Hunter Wood up in the bullpen for the Rays. Two and one. Duffy, Bowers, and Crone. Balls, 2 strikes. Full count. The Rays playing catch up again today, down by 3 runs. Baltimore with 3 in the first, an unearned run in the second inning, and the Rays got their run on Crone's 21st home run of the year, moving in the second inning today.
I feel like they're going to get opportunities.
Ground ball, left side. Peterson turns and throws from third. Duffy is out, number 1.
And Dylan Bundy, we talked about it earlier, going on the disabled list with that ankle issue that has not been particularly sharp since coming back off his last 3 starts, giving up at least 5 earned runs in all 3.
Well, susceptible to the long ball. I'd like to see a couple guys get on base and somebody pop one. There's a strike to Bowers.
It's a good day for it. It's the right ballpark. You've got the right guy on the mound, not overpowering, but he's going to challenge hitters. Like right there, you know, that you think about that 92-mile-an-hour fastball that catches a lot of plate.
That's the recent history you referenced against Toronto, New York, and Minnesota. Recently, Toronto, 5 hits, 5 runs in 5 innings.
And that's the thing. You look at the innings pitched, trouble getting deep into the game. 5 innings is his longest outing of this stretch.
And he strikes out Bowers.
I'll tell you
Broke
what,
out the curveball.
his breaking balls today, he's thrown the curveball a few times to get ahead of guys in the middle of a count, but not to finish them. And this was a very good one right here. Good change of speed. He puts it in a good spot and leaves it to break below the zone. Good look at the break. 12-6. Went from belt buckle to dirt.
Now C.J. Crone. And there's a first pitch strike down around the knees. Stairs 1-1. Ooh, that ball hits him on the hand. And the plate umpire, Adam Hamari's called it a foul ball. Crone ready to go to first and shaking that right hand. And the Rays will come out to take a look. And I'm sure we'll have a little conference here. Crone saying he was clearly hit by that pitch, and Hamari called it a foul ball.
And you know what? And he asked for help from Phil Cuzzy, and he was saying the same thing, that he had him with the swing or going after it.
Yeah, he didn't swing.
No. Let's take a look. That ball gets fingers and hands, and that not nearly a swing.
Not even close to a swing. So it's a foul ball to call.
I mean that.
Yeah. Okay. One thing, if the plate umpire misses it,
right.
Okay, good. But you're going to have another guy confirm it? No. No.
I mean,
let's all stick together. The 1-2. There's a high fly ball back into left. Mancini's going to go to the wall. He leaps, and that ball is gone. Home run for Crone. Well, he was hit by a pitch, still had to hit. That's the way to solve that issue. He hits his second home run of the day, number 22 on the year. He thanks Adam Hamari as he crosses home plate and heads back to the dugout.
He yelled something to Phil Cuzzy down there at first base too. How about that? C.J. Crone, second bomb of the day, got him with a fastball to center and a breaking ball right there out to left. Maybe that can jumpstart this Rays lineup.
Well, the Rays have 2 hits. Crone has them both, and they're home runs. And we'll take a look at that home run pitch.
That slider, you see it just leaking back out over the plate. Didn't finish it down in a way. It backed up on him, cost him a run.
Oh, for Crone, that's the 3rd home run he's hit off Bundy. He's now 4 out of 12 in his career against Bundy, and 3 of those hits have been home runs. 1 ball, 1 strike. Michael Perez. Two and 1. Two and 2. This one is down. Full count. Two gone, then the home run by Crone. 3 and 2 on Perez. Robertson would be next, but Echeverria has moved to the on deck circle. There's a high fly ball into center, and Jones is there to make the catch. So the Rays are finished in the 4th. They pick up a run on the C.J. Crone home run, and we're headed into the bottom of inning 4. 4-2 Baltimore. Echeverria takes over at shortstop with Adames moving over to play second. Echeverria will go into the spot originally occupied by Daniel Robertson. And the Rays will get a new pitcher. Hunter Wood making his 11th appearance of the year after 3 innings and 57 pitches from Yanni Chirinos.
Well, it has become a bullpen day, and up to Hunter Wood to keep the Baltimore Orioles right here at 4 runs. He's got a strikeout an inning, and we've seen him be very, very impressive. You know, you think about the different deliveries that he has, a good sharp curveball that he likes to go with 2 strikes, fastball, slider, occasional change to the lefties.
First man he faces will be the 9th placed hitter, the catcher Austin Wynns. Wynns reached on an error in the 2nd inning. And another error allowed him to go first to third. He represents the unearned run on the line. There's a first pitch, and that ball is going to get out of here. Fan reaching with the glove to make the catch, but that's a home run on the call by James Hoy. And Austin Wynns on the very first pitch hits his 2nd home run of the year to greet Hunter Wood. And it's a 3-run game again, 5-2.
I think they're going to want to take a look at it, or at least ask. You could do that, ask about home runs and have the umpires take a look at it. The glove flashed and definitely caught that ball maybe in front of the wall, but it looked like he was going to clear it regardless. We'll have to see.
Well, there's the fan with the glove, and we'll take another look as the umpires will get together and the crew in New York take a look.
We see definitely reaches out and catches it, but that ball is going to end up over the fence. That's the other problem with the 7-foot ball.
Yep, sure is. So come out of that get together with the same ruling, home run. 2nd big league home run for Wynns.
You see, as the ball goes into the glove, it's going to clear that wall. And then obviously after you catch it, the glove comes down, and that gives it a little bit different look.
Here's Tim Beckham. He's been on twice, 2 for 2 with a double and a single. Which is down. Beckham lifts it up the right side, headed for the stands. 1-1. The Orioles have jumped out in front. They put up 3 in the 1st, an unearned run in the 2nd, another run in the 4th inning. That's a strike call. 1-2. The Rays managed to win here Thursday, 4-3, with Ryan Yarbrough picking up his 9th win of the year. But it's been all Baltimore since then, and a wave and a miss. A swing through on that one by Beckham. First out in the 4th. We're going to check in with Michelle.
Thanks, Dwayne. Well, the guy behind the plate, Michael Perez, one of the newest Rays, wanted to get to know him a little bit, so we've got those 3 things that you might want to know about Michael Perez. Number 1, he grew up a fan of Pudge Rodriguez, the catcher. Number 2, his favorite meal is steak with white rice and beans. And number 3, he says he loves to play pool. He says he'll play at any chance he gets. He does not have a pool table. And I asked him if he was good. He said, "Oh, I'm very good." So those are 3 things.
I
now
like
you
things,
know.
Yeah, and I like things I'm good at. Right?
Yeah. Well, which comes first? It's a chicken or egg question. You like them because you're good, or are you good because you like them?
Wow, look at you. Go ahead.
Rays would like a few more runs here is what they would like.
That's exactly right.
Hold this Baltimore lineup. This lineup has been explosive in the face of Rays pitching. Two and one now. Cut and a miss at the fastball. 94 from Hunter Wood. 2-2. And a strikeout again, a back-to-back strikeout tandem here of Beckham and Scope. So after the home run, 2 strikeouts. Bases will be empty for Adam Jones. The strikeout pitch.
This is the curveball that we were talking about. Loves to go with it with 2 strikes. Gets a lot of depth. It's one of those 2 plane pitches. You know, he gets you because of the depth. He also gets you because of the change of speed.
And he drops one in for a strike here on Jones. Strike 2. He pitched an inning in 2/3 against Baltimore here on Thursday as the opener. Gave up a hit and a walk, struck out 3 in that one. It's a ball, 2 strikes. We've got Jones in that outing. Got ahead of him and then threw him a curveball. He's 1-2 with him now. And a line drive, going to be a base hit. Came fastball there. And Jones is on for the 3rd time today with a walk and now 2 singles.
Impressive too, getting up to that fastball. 95 miles an hour, top of the strike zone. They wanted it up. He's able to get out to it. Trying to hone in here on Hunter Wood's fastball. The home run, Austin Wynns kind of ambushed him on a first pitch fastball. Adam Jones got to a difficult fastball right there up in the zone. They've had trouble with the off speed.
Mark Trumbull, his pitch thrown into the dirt.
How about the scoop by Perez?
Yeah, I mean that's, you got to be quick. That fastball skipping.
And then looking to make a play off of it.
Yeah, you like that too.
I'm going to scoop and then maybe I'm going to throw.
Well, if he's surprised, you figure the runner might be as well.
Yes.
So take a look. Two and 0. Had 11 runs, 15 hits last night, 15 runs, 15 hits on Friday. They had 9 hits in the first game of this series when the Rays beat them 4-3. foul ball straight back out of play. And the Rays now 6-6 against Baltimore, 4-5 here at Oriole Park. They've been out-homered and outscored in the 9 games here. That's a strike. 2-2. So far, the Rays have been out-homered 23-9 here. And that is strike 3. So 3 strikeouts in the inning, but a solo homer. And we are through 4. 5-2 Baltimore. Sports Sound is brought to you by your Southern Chevy dealers. By Eldorado Furniture, a different kind of furniture store for over 50 years. And by your local Ford dealers. On to the 5th. Danny Echeverria will lead off against the right-hander Dylan Bundy. Goes after this one and sends it deep to center field. Jones will go back just in front of the track. His momentum carries him onto the track as he makes the catch. So a long drive to center, but catchable one away.
Well, the Rays trying to close the gap on the home runs hit in this ballpark this season and also on the score of the game. Baltimore continues. When the Rays hit a home run, they come back with one. Crone hits another home run. Baltimore comes back with another.
3-run deficit. Malik Smith takes a strike.
And they just continued to answer. So to the Rays to try to put together an inning, multiple runs. Need some base runners, need some speed on the base. Malik's a good candidate for that.
And the breaking ball, a strike at the knees. 0-2. The screen. We'll see another 2-strike pitch. One and two. Square the count of 2 balls, 2 strikes. On the ground, gets away from Scope, who backed up on that one, and that played him versus the other way around.
Well, and he tried to get a little too cute too, and we've seen that all series long. Jonathan Scope, a tremendous second baseman with great hand-eye coordination, but at times he gets a little too laissez-faire, and he tried to back up and kind of one-hand that ground ball, and it cost him. Just go down.
Be his 8th error of the year. Alex Smith aboard for Carlos Gomez. Gomez takes a big cut, popping that helmet right off the top of his head. Alex back in, standing up. An eye on Alex Smith over there. Two, fouling the fastball back. The Rays coming out of the All-Star break now 4-5. Finished off the homestand with a series win over New York, but they have been up against this Baltimore ball club in this one, and the Orioles, who had struggled all year, have their hitting shoes on again today. As Gomez fouls another one. It's been the case really for the entire series and on display the last 2 games. And into this one, they have 5 runs. They've hit a couple of home runs in this game. He's trying to get something started, see if they can take advantage of the error, putting Alex Smith aboard in the 5th inning.
Well, you've got speed out there now. Dylan Bundy, we talked about being susceptible to the stolen base, so that's in the back of his mind. Maybe that causes him to miss some pitches at the plate. The Rays can capitalize and put a big inning together.
And that takes care of Gomez. He's out on strikes in the 2nd out of the inning.
It just pulled off of that slider. That was not in the best location. But Carlos Gomez, I think, trying to get this ball and drive it out of the ballpark to left, really pulls off of it and just ends up dipping underneath it.
Now Willie Adames, who's playing second base. Takes a fastball in for a strike at the top of the zone. Five strikeouts for Bundy. No walks. He's hit a man. He's allowed 2 home runs. Those are the only hits the Rays have, both belonging to C.J. Cron. To take on the corner. 0-2. Ball, 2 strikes. Maybe got a little piece of that one. So a man on, 2 outs, 1-2 to Adames. Let's check in with Michelle to get a little update. Michelle.
Yeah, Dwayne, the Rays clubhouse said that Daniel Robertson exited the game with a left ankle contusion, but the x-rays were negative, so he's day-to-day.
Yep, well, that's the good news on that. Coming out of that play at second base. Moved to first, and Mallex Smith is back in. The Rays removing Robertson as a precautionary move, and then getting good news on the initial x-ray. Two and two the count on Adames. Adames 3 of 22 since his recall from the minor leagues. There's ball 3. They're falling behind, a full count now.
Well, that gets Mallex Smith in motion.
Foul ball. We'll do it again.
Trying to finish him off with another slider down and away. That has been the pitch that these righties have gone after Adames with when they've needed to make one. Took the last one, fouled that one off. I'm going to go with the heater.
3-2 for the second time, and it's fouled back.
Spoiled a couple really good pitches made by Bundy right on the edge of the plate. And this would be huge for the Rays if somehow Willie can get aboard, get back to the top of the order. Trying to put something together here with 2 outs.
Yeah, and start the third time through against Bundy. And a cut and a miss. Got him with a fastball. 2 strikeouts from Adames today. A man left. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 5-2 Baltimore. Great moment. The Rays pounding out a team record 19 runs in Yankee Stadium. Helped greatly by a major league record tying 4 doubles from Tomas Perez in a 19-6 win over the Yankees. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Chris Davis, who has homered and struck out, takes the ball 1-0. 2-0. Wood promptly falls behind the Orioles first baseman Davis. Mancini next, and Rickard due up. Ball 4. He struck out the side in the 4th after giving up a home run and later a base hit. Now leadoff walk in the 5th inning.
And kind of a mixed bag right now for Hunter Wood. You know he's got good stuff, and we've seen him be able to just go out and dominate his portion of the game, and that obviously is got a little glimpse of that in the 4th inning with the 3 strikeouts. He needed to show up again right here, right now.
Mancini takes ball 1 out of the zone down. So 5 straight pitches out of the zone here to open the bottom of the 5th. And a miss upstairs here. So he has yet to find the zone.
Well, it's been a frustrating stretch here for the Rays pitching staff. And, you know, you can trace it back to that series in Minnesota.
Yep.
You know, when they lost 3 out of 4 and their 3 starting pitchers, I think it was Eovaldi, Archer, and Snell. All 3 of them did not get very deep into the game, and you tack that onto a bullpen day or 2, and it's put a strain on this staff, and really haven't fully recovered and given up runs at a much higher rate than they have all season long.
When you go back to the 12th of this month, the TBA is 611. It's the 2nd highest in the majors over that span. The only team higher would be the Texas Rangers. And on the heels of a great run from about the 3rd week in June to the 11th of July, when the TBRA was 151.
And this is what you have to discern, and this is what you have to break down and figure out. And obviously we haven't even thought about doing that yet, but is that just a byproduct of a long season and a little blip for a couple of weeks that every team goes through? Or is the stress of the openers and the bullpen days starting to be felt by the entire staff?
Wave and a miss, and that's a legitimate question that the Rays, I'm sure, are pondering. And as we've discussed, and they've discussed too, this whole bullpen day and openers and a couple starters in a traditional sense, as much as anything, it's also a data collection going on here. They're trying to make some determinations as to how far you can push that. What is the proper balance there? Because you're really on, except for a couple exceptions in baseball history, you're really into new ground here.
Yeah, it's absolutely uncharted territory when you're talking about a 6-month season. And even if you just go back to the middle of May, and there were a few bullpen days obviously before that, but if you want to go May 19th, the inception of the opener with Romo going back-to-back days out in Anaheim, that's still a long period of time that you're having to work this plan.
2 strikes now on Rickard. Well, the one thing you're finding to do this, you're obviously going to need a lot more pitchers than you break camp with, and I mean that's true over the period of a season anyway, but maybe even more when you're trying to do it this way. And the Rays have had a lot of movement up and down between the minor leagues, as they anticipated they would. They have done that in the past, but again, probably more now. Here's a base hit again by Rickard. This is unbelievable. Rickard drops a single into center, and he's on for the 3rd time today with a walk in the 1st, a single in the 3rd, and another base hit here in the 5th inning. It's on the heels of a 3 for 4 last night and 5 runs batted in. And 3 runs on a double and a walk in the game here Friday night. So he continues to punish Rays pitching, 2 on with 1 out. Jace Peterson 0 for 2. Takes a strike. Peterson hit into a 3-6 double play his last time, with Bowers at first stepping on the bag and going down to get the runner at second on a tag play with his throw. One ball, 1 strike. Upstairs, 2-1. Catcher Wins is on deck. He's been on twice, including a home run. Misses again. 3-1. Take a look at that pitch. Pretty close.
Yeah, right there at the bottom of the zone, and absolutely could have been called, should have been called a strike.
Peterson chases that 3-1, got the fastball up out of the zone, and the count is full. Pulled through the coaching box at first. Orioles have led throughout. They opened with a 3-run first. Lead 5-2 now. Peterson fouls it back and out of play again on the 3-2 pitch. Tony Chirino started, made 57 pitches in his 3 innings, gave up 4 runs, 3 earned. Touch for Chris Davis home run. Hunter Wood has allowed a home run. 2 men on. And a liner foul. Chris Davis walked to open it. And Mancini struck out. Rickard singled. Picking up his 2nd hit, reaching for the 3rd time. Peterson fouling away a couple of 3-2 pitches.
Yeah, well, and Hunter Wood trying to finish him off with the slider, then back to the fastball, then a breaking ball. Trying a little bit of everything right here. Needs to make a pitch, cannot afford to give the Orioles another base runner.
And there is another base runner on a single into center. Davis is going to head to the plate. He will score. Now throw to 3rd. They're going to get a man there. As Davis crosses the plate, Rickard is out. And into second base goes Peterson on the throw. An RBI single to start that for Peterson. Picking up the 6th run of the day for Baltimore.
Yeah, base hit up the middle, and the throw by Malik Smith. I mean, he really airmails that throw. And Joey Rickard got a late read to try to head over to 3rd base. He can read this throw in the air and then try to get the extra base. Watch this rub. No cutoff man going to get to that. And Rickard a little bit late going. And that's where Perez is able to pick him off.
And the Orioles want to look at that play at 3rd base in which Rickard was thrown out.
There's my left hand. There it's not. And that right hand does get to the bag before the tag. Ooh, they got a chance to get that one overturned for sure. Here's the left hand presented. He pulls it back, and that right hand gets to the bag, and then the tag. The good thing for the Rays is it went their way on the field.
Yeah, it has to be clear and convincing.
That's pretty clear right there. That look. I mean, it's not like he came off the bag or the tag was held on. They've got a real good chance of getting this overturned. That front look that we just saw is the Orioles' best chance. There it is. Let's see. Not going to get the hand. Let's see. That right hand looks like it's there before that tag gets to him. You do not want to be done in by the old reach around.
A situation where Richard showed him the left hand and maybe got in there with the right hand, but again looking for clear and convincing. You're going to have to do a little interpretation on this play one way or another. And we'll see, unless there's another item they have been able to dig up. And so it's taking a little time before they reach a decision. And he's going to be called safe ultimately. So they've overturned that call. The Orioles get a run and keep the base runner at third. With Peterson on second, Rickard is going to be safe now on the overturned call. So 2 men in scoring position now with a run home in a 6-2 game. Infield up. And the pitch to Austin Wynns, who homered in the fourth off Wood, faces him again here in the fifth inning. Kittredge up in the bullpen. Peterson gets a run batted in. Goes to second on the throw as Rickard moves up to third. Here's strike two, 0-2. So the Orioles extending their lead to 4 in the bottom of the fifth, and a chance for more.
You get a guy chasing that fastball up like that, and the immediate, you're thinking, what do I feel better with? The curveball below the zone or the slider down and away? Change his eye level, you get him into swing mode. He's got to protect, and you've got a great chance to go for the strikeout, which you desperately need right now.
And Wynn stepping back on Wood. This is down and away.
It was interesting too, because Perez went through the signs and Hunter Wood shook to another set of signs, so they did not initially agree on that pitch. You wonder if Perez wanted the curveball, Wood wanted the slider.
Ground ball up the middle, backhanded stop. Adames comes up with it. Now the throw to the plate. They'll have Rickard caught between home and third, and out at third. So Rickard is out there. He had both men on the bag, and so Rickard is out 4-2. Fielder's choice. Peterson now becomes a runner at third, and wins moves into second.
But what a save by Adames, and the reason that Rickard had to vacate third base is he had Peterson running right up, or excuse me, Wins.
The Rays are going to make a pitching change. That's going to be it for Wood. Back in a moment. Scratch-offs from the Florida Lottery, a new spin on a classic. They're loaded with prizes from $10,000 to $2 million. So unleash the excitement anytime. The Florida Lottery, it's your ticket. Claim it. Hunter Wood departs. Andrew Kittredge is the new pitcher for the Rays. Chirino started. Yanni Chirino's charged with 4 runs in 3 innings, 3 earned, and as Wood departs, he's been charged with a couple runs and leaves with 2 men on, chargeable to his account. So Kittredge will now be facing the top side of the lineup. Tim Beckham has doubled, singled, and struck out. Inning and 2/3 for Wood. Kittredge trying to get the final out in the 5th. Peterson at third and Wins at second. A strike. The middle, and right there, Adames stationed in the perfect spot to throw out Beckham 4-3. We go to the 6th, 6-2 Baltimore. Meanwhile, the Yankees have a 5-0 lead on Kansas City. That game through 5 in New York. And here the Rays will move into the 6th. Joey Wendell hit by a pitch and then caught stealing in the first. Goes after this one, sends a fly ball deep to left, but Mancini's going to have room and makes the catch. One out here in the Rays 6th.
Dwayne, how about this? Through 5 1/3 now, Dylan Bundy. First pitch strike, 16 out of 20 Rays hitters. And he's had just one count that made it to 2-0. None 3-0. No 3-1 counts. He has been in complete control. And if he has been out of the zone early, he's gotten right back into the count.
And the pitch to Duffy is a ball.
That's
So
news.
that's news. Yes, it is. And I've got him for a couple 3-2 counts and strikeouts each time.
Yep. You work a couple of those ABs, and I'll tell you what, the last 3-2 count we saw was a battle, and he continued to make quality pitches with not a lot of margin for error and picking up that punch out.
Yeah, that was against Adames to end the top of the 5th.
I mean, he just doesn't wow you with great stuff. He doesn't light up the radar gun, but he's been on a nice roll here this afternoon. Limited just a couple solo blasts by C.J. Cron.
Yeah, he's a guy who works his way through a game, kind of a grinder kind of guy.
Totally. It's a great description for the way that he pitches. Talk about those guys that grind out at bats. He grinds out innings.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Runs it in on Duffy, who is out on strikes, 0 for 3 today. And strikeout number 7 for Dylan Bundy.
You talk about tying a guy up.
Jake Bowers. Ball, no strikes. You know, the ebbs and flows of a season. We talked about what all of the handling of the Rays pitching staff might do. There's a shot back into deep right by Bowers. That ball will get out of here, and a home run for Jake. His 7th home run of the year. The Rays score their 3rd run. 3 solo home runs off Bundy. And Bowers hits this one into the seats and right.
In a game that has felt like an Oriole runaway, the Rays are still hanging around here. Down just 3 runs, which is nothing in this ballpark.
Yep. And here's C.J. Cron. There's the home run pitch.
Boy, changeup that just begs to be smoked.
Ground ball left side. Beckham makes the throw to first. Cron is out of there. A run on the one hit, the home run. 6-3 Baltimore.
the 6th inning here in Baltimore, but it's time now for your Chevy Prospect Spotlight. Today's prospect is outfielder Jesus Sanchez, who is on an 8-game hitting streak, and High A Charlotte has 5 extra base hits in those 8 games. And last night in St. Lucie, he was 3 for 5 with a double and a home run, guys.
Yeah, and he's the one guy I think at that A level, and maybe in the organization, a lot of baseball people feel that he is a legitimate potential impact guy across the board. It'll be interesting to watch him as he progresses through the minor leagues, but his numbers are good so far. Jonathan Scope leading off here in the bottom of the 6th inning in this 3-run ball game. A 2-strike count as Kittredge, who got the final out in the 5th inning, opens the bottom of the 6th. And line, a soft liner as it turns out. Adames stationed up the middle again. Takes care of that.
Big inning here for the Rays. You think about earlier in this game, every time the Rays would score, which was a C.J. Cron homer, another one, and then obviously Bowers, and we'll wait to see. But when he hit those home runs, that immediate aftermath of that was Baltimore being able to score a run and continue to hold a larger lead. So they've had an answer every time the Rays have scored. So throw up a 0 here, and now you've got a chance to really close the gap.
Adam Jones takes the pitch, strike 1. Jones has been on base 3 times today. Opened with a walk, which is not all that often. Since then, a couple of base hits, including an RBI 2nd inning single. Ground ball, and this time to the left of Adames, who was pulled up the middle, and he could not get back to his left in time. And Jones is 3 for 3 and on for the 4th time.
Well, sometimes the shift bails you out, and other times it opens up holes for a hitter. And you see where Willie Adames is to the shortstop side of second base, and he cannot make it over there to get to that ground ball hit by Adam Jones.
The designated hitter, Mark Trumbo. This pitch is a strike. Kittredge was in the game for a 1/3 of an inning on Friday, gave up a hit. One. Into center field. Alex Smith is right there. Had him played almost perfectly. And Trumbo is out number 2.
Could have been in a lawn chair and made that play.
Yeah. You get a ball hit right to you, and you're wondering, do I have to move at all? And you feel as if you do. You don't want to be flat-footed out there. So he had a little movement going on and went back to his original spot.
But that would be awkward, just to stand still and hold your ground.
Yeah,
You need a little rhythm.
Chris Davis, there's a strike. Couple of runs scored for Davis, a 2-run home run in the 1st. His 12th home run of the year. And he walked and scored in the 5th in between a strikeout. Two. And this hits him. An 0-2 pitch hits him. That pushes Jones up to second, and Davis heads to first. Rays will be headed home after this game. We'll have a day off tomorrow. And here's what's coming up Tuesday on Rays Live, the pregame show presented by your local Honda dealers. BA will be evaluating trade deadline moves across MLB apparently, and Doug will break down the Angels all-star Mike Trout. Well, Tuesday, 4 o'clock, the deadline.
Wow, I got my work cut out for me on the off day.
Have to be glued to all the action.
Yep.
Apparently still a lot of conversation, at least what we're hearing. A lot of conversation from a number of clubs about Chris Archer. Be interesting to see what, if anything, comes from all of that. Ground ball back to the hill. And Kittredge takes care of that with a toss to Mancini. 2 men left. We go to the 7th. It's 6-3 Baltimore. And it's a 6-3 ball game moving into the 7th. So the Rays with 3 shots left trying to manufacture some offense and hold the Orioles offense. Michael Perez, who is 0 for 2, a couple fly balls, 1 to left and the other one to center. Leads off in the 7th and a first pitch strike by Bundy. Bundy's given up only 3 hits, and they were all of those home runs we just saw, 2 by Crone and 1 by Bowers. And he hasn't walked anybody. 1-1. He did hit Wendell to open the game, and he was eventually thrown out trying to steal to end the top of the first. Into the dirt. 2-1. Rays had another base runner on an error charged to Scope, the second baseman. That's been it. Perez on the ground and through to the left to Beckham into center field. So there's a leadoff single, and Perez picks up his 5th hit now and 9 at bats since joining the Rays.
Well, he swung the bat well, and you see he gets an off-speed pitch up in the zone and just not able to get to it is Tim Beckham. Even if he comes up with that, he's not going to be able to throw him out. But that ball squirts into center field, and now you start to think about putting together an inning. You're able to hold serve and get a 0 put up the last half. Now a base runner with nobody out.
Echeverria sends it foul up the right side. Echeverria, late entry into this game. He took over after Robertson departed with a contusion of the left ankle. Echeverria has wanted bad in the fifth when he lifted the fly ball to center. Jammed on this one, down to first. Second base out and back to first. Ball loose. So they lose the runner Perez, the lead man. And Echeverria reaches. And he'll wind up at second base.
There was absolutely no rhythm on that play. Thought initially that Chris Davis may just step on first and go for the tag. You see Tim Beckham as he gets to second base at the last second to be able to field that throw, and then comes across and throws, and there's nobody there yet. You could just see everything was out of sync.
So Echeverria winds up at second with one out. And that gives Malik Smith a chance to cut into the deficit. Hold on, one out. Foul back. Stay tuned in the middle of the seventh. The Ram game break brought to you by the all-new 2019 Ram 1500. It's a foul ball back. I'll tell you, base hit here. If the Rays could close this gap, you know, this is one of those games where so far the Rays have left one man on base. They just haven't had that many base runners. But the Orioles have left 9 men on base through 6 innings. So they've missed an opportunity to really blow this thing open.
And that's the way it feels. You know, we're just kind of talking about that. It feels like it's been a one-sided affair.
Pop fly to center. That's caught by Jones. So 2 outs with Echeverria still at second base.
But you're right about that. You know, a base hit here by Gomez. Okay, now you figure it's got to be 6-4, and you get the tying run to the plate. Who would have thought it the way this game feels?
Yep. So Carlos Gomez with a runner at second. Little tapper out from back of the plate wins. His throw to first in time. Rays are going to leave a man in this inning. No runs. An error and a man left. So the Rays continue to trail 6-3. Let's go to Rich and Doug in the studio for a Ram game break. of the 7th inning here. And a tough stop for the Rays after winning the first game of this 4-game series. The Orioles have taken charge. The Rays have a couple shots left. They're going to have to hold the Orioles the rest of the way, it would seem. Andrew Kittredge, the third pitcher out there. Chirinos worked 3, then Wood an inning and 2/3. Inning and a third under the belt of Andrew Kittredge. And he'll face Joey Rickard. Rickard on 3 times in this game with a walk and 2 singles. After reaching 3 times with a homer and 2 doubles last night. A double and a walk the night before that. Ball 1 just missed. High fly ball back into left center field. Wendell's going to go to the track in front of the wall, and he has room. Had a step left, and he made the catch. So Rickard put a charge into that one, and another scare into the Rays, but that goes as a long out.
Too high. That's all it was. It was solid contact. Watch his ball off the bat straight up, but ends up getting awfully deep. A little uncomfortable there for a moment. Joey Wendell flags it down.
Jace Peterson. Peterson singled home a run in the 5th inning. Goes foul, strike 1.
Peterson looking out at that Rays defense and seeing that they had the shift on and Willie Adames deep at second base. So thinking about pulling that bunt with him. You see where Adames is here. You pull that bunt with him, get it by Kittredge, and that's a base hit.
Two.
Good breaking ball.
This one is low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. That is a strike call, and Peterson is out number 2.
Kittredge with an excellent changeup right there. Really sold that like he was going to try and power a fastball by him. You can see that split. There's the tumbling action, and it's Peterson to give up on it.
Yeah, that's the pitch when he was at Durham that he worked on to try to add to that fastball slider duo.
I like that. That was a nasty pitch, and he threw it with purpose.
Facing the catcher, Austin Wynns, who has scored a couple runs, including belting his 2nd home run of the year. Came on the first pitch of the 4th, greeting Hunter Wood. Two and 0. Three balls, no strikes. Top of the order, Tim Beckham is on deck. And now a 4-pitch walk to Wynns.
And you can see the way that Kittredge snapped that ball back from Perez. He's not real happy with the result of that. 2 quick outs, and then the 9-hole hitter. Instead of doing a 4-pitch walk.
We go to the top side. Tim Beckham. Beckham with a double and a single. Strikeout and a ground out since then. A slider to start him for a strike. Beckham started the day hitting .214. 4 home runs and 14 runs driven in. Down in the count 0-2, missing the slider this time. Beckham came over here to Baltimore last year and almost immediately got hot. Had a hot August and then struggled through September. Hit 180 in September last year. Little looper into shallow right. That's Adames making the throw to first. It's not going to be in time. So a little check swing looper and a base hit for Beckham.
Willie Adames doing everything that he could to track that ball down and maybe get Beckham at first base. A great job by Adames going all out here. Here's what you're talking about, Dwayne. That ball down and away, just kind of flips it out there. And watch Willie track this thing down. Just about got it.
Yeah, that's another reason that 2-out walk on 4 pitches aggravates you. Now you get 2 men on, 1 in scoring position. And Jonathan Scope, who's been a hot hitter coming to the plate, and 0 for 4 today.
I blame you.
1 ball, no strikes. Hasn't even happened yet.
Well, I'm glad that you're the one that said it, because if I would have, that ball would have been gapped.
Well, we'll see. We're just going to put it all out on the table right now.
Chips to the center. You got to go all in on a game like this.
Yes, you do. And a high shot back into center field. Malik Smith to the wall, and he hits this one out. How about that for Jonathan Scope? Scope has hit his 17th home run of the year on a 1-0 pitch. All of this happening with 2 outs.
There is a lot to try to put together. First of all, I'm going to head to the bus. No longer should I be in the booth. You think about Joey Wendell robbing him last night of home runs in 6 straight games. This would have then been the 7th straight game.
And the record is 8.
Unbelievable. Got a hanging breaking ball.
Homered in 6 of his last 7 games now.
And 7 of 9.
Yep.
Well, what did we say? The Oriole offense has been able to bludgeon Rays pitching because of the home run bat.
Yep. And now they lead 9-3. Jones fouls one back for a strike. Three home runs today for Baltimore. 9 runs. This coming off 15 runs Friday night, 11 runs on Saturday. Ground ball shortstop, Echeverria. The throw right on the money. But 3-run score, all of that with 2 gone. On to the 8th, 9-3 Baltimore. Jonathan Scope, the cricket smile of the game. Baltimore doing the smiling right now. Another home run. He's hit 3 in this series. Six home runs in his last 7 games, and he just missed one last night. And boy, you talk about the last 9 games, 7 home runs, 15 runs batted in. And the Orioles widen their lead, go to the bullpen. 7 innings from Dylan Bundy, and Michael Gibbons is on to face Willie Adames to start the 8th, and the pitch is a ball inside. 4 hits allowed by Bundy, 3 of those home runs. He gave up 3 runs. He didn't walk anybody, hit a man, and he struck out 8. 2-0 the count against Gibbons here.
How about this, Dwayne? Jonathan Scope through June 30th, through the end of June, was hitting 197 with 8 homers. Now we know he's had a torrid July.
Yep.
Extended the hitting streak, obviously, with that homer. Has had actually, a 10-game hitting streak, then took an 0 for now, I think a 12-game hitting streak. But regardless, he has almost as many home runs in his last 9 games than he had through the first 4 months of the season.
A big swing and a miss. Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah, it's been an unbelievable stretch for him.
well, he had that huge year a season ago, breakthrough season. So many expectations, and just a horrible first 3 months of the season, and then he has absolutely cranked it up. And again, let's take a look, make sure. But yeah, still hasn't walked either. As hot as he is, he still has not drawn a walk. You think someone would pitch around him?
You would think. I mean, he can be a difficult guy to walk. He might not let you walk him, but you'd think somewhere in there might be at least one. At least one.
I mean, because of a sacrifice fly, he actually has a higher batting average than on base percentage in the month.
And now the Rays face Gibbons. Battle going on here between Adames and Gibbons now. 9-pitch at bat the last time. And 9-pitch at bat going now. There's Castillo up in the bullpen for the Rays. So it goes out to 10. 10-pitch at bat so far. In ball 4. An 11-pitch at bat to draw the walk. That's the first walk drawn by the Rays off Baltimore pitching. MLB TV now available at a lower price for $82.99. Watch every out-of-market regular season game live or on demand. Your subscription includes MLB At Bat Premium, allowing you to watch live baseball on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.tv to take advantage of this special offer. First pitch is a strike into Joey Wendell. Pitch is down. Line drive, base hit into right field. Adames will go to third. The Rays have men on the corners. Wendell coming up with his first hit of the day.
Maybe that walk to the 9-hole hitter gets the Rays going. Joey Wendell, a great job here. Try to come in on him again. He's too quick to it. Hammers that ball into right field. First and third, nobody out. You got a lot of room to make up. But here you go. Here's your chance.
Matt Duffy looks for his first hit. He was 1 for 4 last night and 0 for 3 so far in this game. Gibbons throws him a strike. Rays saw Gibbons for an inning in the game Friday. Gave up a run on 2 hits. One ball, one strike. And a little looper into right field. That's going to be a base hit. Driving in Adames. Wendell will go to third, and Duffy picks up a run batted in. It's 9-4. So the Rays trying to put an inning together against the Baltimore bullpen now.
Lead off walk, base hit to right, base hit to right. You know, the fastball command for Gibbons has not been very good at all in this early part of this inning. In fact, even that pitcher trying to go away on Duffy. That ball ends up back in. Now, granted, it gets in on him, but he fights it off. Take it.
Jake Bowers, who homered in the 6th inning, will be up. Orioles bullpen starts to get busy again. They entered this inning with a 6-run lead. It's now 5. Just down and in to Bowers. A ball to no strikes. Paul Fry, the left-hander, up in the bullpen. Two and 0. The Rays opened with the only walk they've drawn today, and they've turned that into a run. Bowers looks at a strike.
You know, think about this too. Gibbons, really starting to struggle here with the fastball command. You have a real good feeling as a hitter that that's what you're going to get. So 2-1 count, just get ready for it.
Up the left side, that is going to be foul.
Nice catch.
Catch by Fan. Two balls, 2 strikes. Fly ball lifted into center for Jones. Wendell tags. He's headed to the plate. The Rays pick up another run. So a run batted in for Bowers. Rays have 2 home in the 8th. T-Mobile built for baseball. 2 home runs for C.J. Cron today. Numbers 21 and 22.
Don't make mistakes. Fastball out over, slider out over, and he's made the Orioles pay, in particular Dylan Bundy.
Nine 5 ball game. C.J. Cron 2 for 3. 1-0 the count this time around. Fastball missing the zone. Cron a check swing, foul ball. Flowers with a couple runs batted in. Craw has 2. Duffy the other one. And a one-hopper backhanded by Scope. Out at second and out at first. And a dandy play out there by Scope to start the double play. 4-6-3. And the Rays settle for the 2 runs in the 8th inning. Nice glove work to start it. It's 9-5 Baltimore. Baseball on Fox Sports Sun is brought to you by your local Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. And by your local Honda dealer. 9-5 ball game. Baltimore leading. We're headed into the bottom of the 8th inning in the wrap-up game of this series.
Well, a promising inning for the Rays goes by the wayside because of our Bonefish Girl fresh catch of the game, and that is a heck of a double play started by Jonathan Scope. He's going down, a hard shot by C.J. Crone, a difficult backhand off a tricky hop, and flips it to Beckham, and they finish off that top of the 8th. Still in command.
Pitcher for the Rays. Pitcher number 4 following Chirinos, Wood, and Kittredge. Diego Castillo enters this game with Mark Trumbull about to lead off. Pitch is a strike. Kittredge worked 2 1/3, gave up 3 runs, 3 hits, including a home run. A 1-1 count. Castillo pitched 2 innings in the Wednesday game at Tropicana Field against the Yankees. 2 scoreless innings with a couple hits and a strikeout. Picked up the victory in that 3-2 win for the Rays over New York. It's 2-2 now. Bottom of the 8th. He's down 9-5. Bruce Davis on deck. Trey Mancini will bat 3rd. Chopped toward the middle. Echeverria, great stop. He gets up and makes the play. Safe at first, the call, but oh, what an effort by Echeverria right there. Diving stop, bouncing up and making the throw to first. Just not in time.
What was more impressive, getting to the ball or how quickly he got rid of it?
I mean, you're just not going to see a shortstop any better than what we've seen from Echeverria.
No, fully stretched out and then gets up and gets rid of it like right now. That ball's just a hair off target. What an effort, though.
It's Chris Davis. Deep into left center. That ball is gone way up into the bullpen. Davis hits his second home run of the day. Hit a 2-run homer in the first, now a 2-run home run in the 8th. And boy, the Orioles continue to pour on the runs. It's been that way the last 3 games. It's 11-5 now.
And every time the Rays put runs on the board, the Orioles have answered. And Coors Light, refreshing finish. And Dwayne, all season long, Chris Davis did not have a multi-extra base hit game. And he's done it to the Rays again in this series.
And here's Mancini. It's a ball, 1-0.
How goofy this game can be. You know, you come in off that series against the Yankees. Orioles not playing very well. Manny Machado's been traded. Zach Britton has been traded. You wonder what this team is going to be like collectively, mentally, with the worst offense in Major League Baseball, top to bottom, and then they do this the last 3 games.
Yeah, there's some suggesting here in Baltimore that some of these guys have been encouraged by the trades.
Because of opportunity?
That's
or opportunity to play themselves out.
Well, take your pick.
I mean,
it's been a motivator.
Well,
it's fouled out of play. 1-2 still to Mancini. Well, something's going on here because the Rays, after winning 4-3 on Thursday, you've seen the Orioles score 15 runs Friday in a 15-5 game, 11 runs last night, 11-2, and 11 again so far today. It's 11-5 in the center field, and Malik Smith makes the catch. So Mancini is out number 1.
And it's been constant. You know, this is the 8th inning. They've scored in 6 different innings. Just have kept the pressure on all day and not let the Rays up at all. And where you felt like earlier in this game that this was a Orioles runaway, but yet the Rays were right there.
Well, it's turning into that runaway.
Yes.
Joey Rickard. That's a strike. Boy, it seems Rickard's hitting once in every inning. Fry continues to throw in the bullpen. Finally got Rickard out in the 7th. When he hit the ball to the track and left. Now he's hitting again in the 8th.
There are so many guys in this lineup that have hit in more innings than not. It's not too good.
The strike, it's 1-2. down, and it's 2-2. Ground ball, shortstop. Echeverria will take this throw to first and retire the right fielder Joey Rickard. 2 gone. Statcast AI powered by AWS, and a look at the home run and the metrics off that blast by Chris Davis.
The other way. Thank you.
Now Jace Peterson. Peterson is 1 for 4 with a single. Takes it down. Well, every spot in the Baltimore lineup with a hit in this game. One. Orioles had 2 spots in the lineup last night without hits, but everybody reached base one way or the other. A couple spots via the walk. Now it's 1 and 2. So for the 3rd straight game, every spot in the lineup has reached base for Baltimore. Now 2 and 2. Way wide and off the mitt. Perez. The count is full. 2 outs, 2 runs in the bottom of the 8th. Austin Wynns is on deck. Swing and a miss. Peterson out on strikes. 2 runs on the Davis home run. 11-5 as we go to the to extend the Baltimore lead. His 2nd home run of the day. And how about all this? Most runs in a game this year.
What? I mean, explain that.
That's 54 runs in those 4 games the Orioles have scored. And again, as we discussed at the top of the telecast today, coming in, they were last in the league in hitting and next to last in runs scored. And we go to the 9th inning in this one with the Rays down. Paul Fry will be pitcher number 3. Dylan Bundy, Michael Gibbons, and now Paul Fry. Thirteenth appearance for the lefty. Michael Perez leads off against him. Pitch is wide. He's got 2 of their runs off Gibbons in the inning he worked, 3 off Bundy in 7 innings. All 3 of the runs off Bundy were solo home runs, 2 by Crone and 1 by Bowers. A 1-1 count. Two. Up the middle, there's a base hit against the lefty, and Perez has his 2nd hit. He's swinging a good bat since putting on the Rays uniform.
Well, he really is, and we've seen him get hits all over the place. Up the left field line, his first one using the middle of the field there. He pulled some, hit the ball where it's pitched and hitting it hard. And he has been very impressive. You know, Paul Fry, not a real comfortable at bat for a left-handed hitter, and moves him right off that mound.
Echeverria 0 for 2. Late entry into the game. Ball, no strikes. One and one. Rays will have tomorrow off. Headed back home to open a long homestand with the Angels, the first team in. A ball, 2 strikes with a foul ball.
C.J. Crone's old team.
Yep. He has hit 2 home runs today to give him 22 on the year. We'll be with you Tuesday. Our coverage begins at 6:30. 2-2. Fry worked 2/3 of an inning in the game Thursday, won by the Rays 4-3. Biting down and in, and that takes care of Echeverria. Could not hold up. 1 on, 1 out in the 9th.
Breaking ball right to the back foot. What a disappointing road trip here for the Rays. So much optimism being built around this team. All the work that Kevin Cash has done to keep this thing afloat with all the injuries and the moves and trades.
And then coming off the series victory over New York.
Yeah.
Hoping to continue that momentum in Baltimore, and it has not happened. A 2-ball, no strike count. Bundy for 7, Gibbons for 1, and now Fry. Wave and a miss, 2-1. Mike Wright Jr. up in the bullpen, and a base hit to center. Up to second base goes Perez. So the two left-handed hitters have singled off the lefty. So a couple men on with one out. Well, Mike Trout will lead the Angels into Tropicana Field on Tuesday. Coverage begins at 6:30. Trout with 29 home runs, hitting .310, and just quietly going about being the best player in the game.
That's the thing. I mean, he is something else. All facets of the game. He is dangerous, tremendous defender on top of all that offense.
Carlos Gomez fouling one down toward the third base coaching box. Yeah, well, there you are. Average home runs, on base percentage tops, slugging third. He's right there, regardless of what category you want to pull up. 1 ball, 1 strike.
And you know what makes that impressive is that he is the focal point of every opposing pitching staff. Everybody comes in and says, we're not going to let Mike Trout beat us. He's going to get our best shot. He's going to get our most advanced sequencing. And he's still able to put up those types of numbers year in and year out. Unreal.
And this pitch in on Gomez, and he is hit by that pitch. So that will load the bases. A couple singles and a hit batter, and the bases are loaded.
Are they saying foul ball? Are they checking it?
Hamari up now is officially going to award the base. Well, the Rays had that happen to Crone earlier, and he hit the next pitch out for a home run.
I wonder initially if that ball hit the end of the bat, the knob.
Well, I guess they're going to have it looked at after all. How about that?
You know what, Dwayne? I think that the ball got probably part of the knob of the bat and part of the hand that's overlapping. What are you going to be able to tell from this?
Well, they're going to give it a shot. Rays think they should have the bases loaded.
And they will.
Gomez was awarded first, hit by a pitch.
What are you going to see right there? Yeah, I'm sure the ball, a lot of that ball got the knob end of the bat, and they probably got the hand too, a little combo piece.
So he is hit by a pitch. And that, my friend, was confirmed.
Perfect.
So the bases are loaded with one out in an 11-5 game, and Buck Showalter marches to the mound to make a call to the bullpen, brought to you by the Florida Lottery. Coming up on Rays Live, the postgame presented by W.B. Mason. Rich and Doug along to anchor the coverage. We'll hear from Kevin Cash. Now the Rays have been waylaid by this Orioles offense. And we'll get minor league updates from around the Rays farm system. Mike Wright Jr. is pitcher number 4. Adames will be the hitter. Adames 0 for 2, a couple strikeouts. He walked and scored in the 8th inning. After the first pitch, fouls it back. Perez third, Smith second, Gomez at first. And he's quickly down 0-2. Wright pitched an inning last night. The 1-2-3-8 in the game last night. One and two. Baltimore broke out in front with a 3-run first. They've led the entire way since. Adames is out on strikes for the 3rd time today. And out number 2 in the 9th.
He just got flat out overpowered by Wright. 96. Right down the heart of the plate.
Joey Wendell. Wendell singled and scored in the 8th. He was hit by a pitch back in the 1st. 1 for 3 overall. And he lines it into left field. Mancini's there to make the catch to end this game, and the Rays drop 3 out of 4 to the Baltimore Orioles, dropping this one 11-5. Bundy will get the win. He's 7-9. Chirinos the loss. 0-3. Brian Anderson and Michelle Margot. Dwayne Stats. Hope you've enjoyed the telecast. If not the outcome, Rays Live, the post game.